We can talk about self-directed IRAs. We can talk about assets that you might be sitting on that just need to get reallocated. Those are all great ways to get started in real estate investing, but the hardest way is to get started with no money down. Welcome to the Idaho Real Estate Investor Show, where we bring strategies and knowledge that will help you succeed in Idaho's ever-changing real estate market. I'm Jonna Weber. I'm an Idaho investor, realtor, and entrepreneur. I've been successfully investing for over 2 decades and helping countless others do the same. We'll bring you real stories from successful investors, expert advice, and insights to help you build generational wealth through the power of real estate. Whether you're just getting started or well on your way, let's jump in. Hey friends, it's Jonna. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm going to just speak from the heart, very casual. We're going to keep it brief, but I thought it would be fun to cover 3 things that you will not hear or learn from me, the upcoming Idaho Recon, or any of our events. And I say this because it's really, really important. There are a lot of messages going out there in the atmosphere today. And by atmosphere, I mean in your inbox, in your social media posts, feeds, your TikToks, Instagram, even LinkedIn, and certainly on your YouTube, where you may hear things that sound too good to be true. And there is a lot of noise out there. I know even for me, not even in the investing space but as we're getting into more I guess, a serious level of increasing our listenership of here of the podcast and attendance at our events and our mentoring programs, all that sort of thing. Everywhere I turn, there's someone trying to share something on how it can be done easy for me. It happens right now. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere as an agent. I am a, I maintain my license. I'm a real estate agent and I hear things, I get things, I probably get 20 texts a day where people selling me things that are so easy and no money down, you pay at closing, all that good stuff. It's coming out of our ears right now. And I know, especially for a new investor, it can be really hard to differentiate what's real, what's true, and what's too good to be true. And most things that are seem too good to be true, as typically are, unfortunately. And so I just am here to help guide you and put in your mind a few phrases that you may hear that to me, my radar goes up and there's something that I would never repeat or try to sell you on. Hey, Idaho investors, here's a stat that might surprise you. Over 70% of successful real estate investors say their best deals didn't come from the MLS or from a cold online lead. They came through their network. So if you're serious about growing your portfolio, it's time to get in the right room. Join Idaho REIN, the Idaho Real Estate Investor Network, an affiliate of the National RIA. We're here to inspire, connect, and equip you to build real wealth through real estate. Success doesn't happen in isolation. Get in the room where it's happening. Visit idahorein.com and join us today. So here's 3 things that you're not going to hear, guys. Okay. First one is how to get rich overnight. This should be so obvious, but I see it all of the time. Not in with real estate investing, with crypto, with all kinds of investment opportunities out there. Rich overnight, at least permanent wealth, doesn't happen overnight. It just doesn't. So I would never tell you that it does. I do know that there's small bursts of momentum that can happen, right? So I've talked about this before in that small bursts of momentum can create huge results over time. But the key is over time, right? So if you take a 90-day burst of momentum and really focus and put all of your energy into it and your education and really take action, yes, that absolutely can create millionaire status down the road. I guarantee you that's one of the things I love to do is share with people how to do that effectively, but it's not overnight. When I was making decisions, we were making real estate investments 20 years ago and 10 years ago and 5 years ago. It didn't make us a millionaire overnight. In fact, there was times where we'd make an investment and look around 2 years later and our net worth had gone down. How's that for a bummer? But we held on and it created millionaire status later. So it's not overnight. You'll never hear us say that. The second thing is how to max out your credit cards to buy a course or a program or a system. I think there are certain instances where courses can be extremely beneficial. I'm talking high ticket courses where you're paying a lot of money. And I think half of it is the accountability that somebody has, that they've invested their hard-earned money, and therefore they are going to get their money's worth by gosh, and they're going to learn the stuff and they're going to take action. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people making purchases that don't really have the business doing so because they don't have the money to invest in it. And if they did, really, a lot of times they should be just actually making that directly into an investment and not into a course. That's a whole nother subject. But if someone is encouraging you to max out your credit cards or open credit cards and max them out in order to be able to pay for a course or training or seminar, I really would use caution, guys. I do not recommend it. Now, I can share with you some ways to earn money through real estate in the meantime to earn up the money to get that education or get education as different way. There's so many different ways to peel an onion. But don't go into debt, and especially don't trash your credit in order to get some kind of real estate investing course. Please, 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 please. The third thing, this kind of ties in with the not being a millionaire overnight, but I'm not going to tell you how to make millions of dollars again in a quick fashion using no money down and no time involvement or both. Even no money down. I know that there's some great creative ways to leverage other people's money and partner and use joint ventures and all kinds of creative things. But if you're talking about solid real estate investments that you're going to have for the long term, you're going to have some skin in the game. You just are. Even a lender is gonna want you to have some skin in the game. So, the thought that you come in expecting to put nothing down, no money, no time into a relationship or no money into a deal, it's not realistic, guys. I see this happen all the time. I see people that want to get advice and they come to me and they are ready to go because they've been through a training, not my training, but been through a training where they've gotten their team assembled and they want to start their process, but they're absolutely resolute that they're not going to use any of their own income or money or guarantees. And they're gonna use creative financing all the way, and there's some great ways to go about doing some of that, guys. But typically, unless it's a unicorn of a deal, there's going to be some skin in the game needed from you as the buyer, and you want that. You want that. There's more upside when you have skin in the game. You don't wanna have just a teeny, teeny piece of the puzzle or not have control over a situation. So, again, starting with that nest egg to play with to get those greater returns is a really fun thing, and that's what we have fun kind of orchestrating, how we're gonna get the best return for this money that we have to invest. It's called investing in real estate. It's not called getting free real estate. So, typically, to invest in something, you have to have a nest egg of an investment. There's leverage and there's all these great ways why it is easier to amass more net worth with real estate investments than a lot of traditional investments. That's a whole nother episode, but there typically is some kind of investment involved. So if you are listening to people that you've met online and you're hearing one of those three things, how to get rich overnight, two, how to maximize your credit cards in order to be able to afford what they are selling. I'm not talking about the real estate. There's some creative things with real estate to purchase, but I want you to be careful. I'm talking about to buy educational programs to get you to the next level. Because a lot of times you'll be putting your money into that and then realize at the end of the road you still need money to put forward into an investment and you've spent it on the courses. So, a lot of things to just really watch carefully there.
Hey, Idaho friends. If you're busy like me, you're always on the lookout for trusted professionals that can help you with your business, home, and investment needs. Whether it's a trusted lender, property manager, or a service provider that you're going to have come into your home or work on your investment property, there's always a need out there, and we want you to have great and trusted resources at the ready. In response to this, Idaho Recon has developed an exclusive vendor directory chock full of businesses that are ready to help our community. Head on over to idahorecon.com, grab your free copy today, and don't forget, let them know that Idaho Recon sent you.
And the third thing is how to really be strategic, earn the money that you need to put down into a real estate investment. If you don't know how to do that, again, there's some creative ways. But if you better yet, if you have cash sitting there, either in a savings account, in a IRA account, we can talk about self-directed IRAs. We can talk about assets that you might be sitting on that just need to get reallocated. Those are all great ways to get started in real estate investing. But the hardest way is to get started with no money down. So, and no time. That's important too. You either got to have time or money, but you can't not have both. If you have money and not time, we can find some great passive investments. If you have time and not money, we can show you how to build up the money through different ways of real estate and active real estate investing to have the money to invest. So, I hope that has added value to you. And on that note, I want you to be assured that these three things are three things that you will not hear talked about at Idaho Real Estate Investing Network, this podcast, my mentoring students, and specifically at Idaho Recon this fall, which I hope, as the time is recording, it is right around the corner, October 10th, with a pre-party on the 9th for those that get your tickets early enough. And we're going to be real people there talking about real investing. This was an event that was created by Idahoans for Idahoans. And the speaker list was specifically curated for you, the Idaho investor, or those looking to invest. Come say hi, meet us there. We'll see you at Idaho Recon at a future event. And just feel free. No, you're never going to get pressured into thinking any of those three things are for real. Guys, have an amazing day. Thanks for listening today. If you got value, please share this episode, give it a like, and a 5-star review would be amazing to help us spread the word. Go and grow. Well, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for joining me here at the Idaho Real Estate Investors Show. I hope you're leaving with new insights and inspiration to help you truly grow wealth through real estate. If you enjoyed the show, do me a favor. Please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with those that can benefit from it. Go and grow, and I'll catch you on the next episode.